All right, so I'm gonna give away some sauce here. All right, I'm gonna give away some real stuff. First of all, let's this is a trade that happens almost every single day. Right, this is the when you see me getting into those shorts where they're just dumping. This is how I find them. Okay, I'm showing you the sauce. This is real. Okay, and I use these two tools right here to help me. And I also use Edge Pulse. Okay, so we're gonna open up Edge Pulse real quick. Um, there we go, and we're gonna turn on show extreme streams only. Um, and then there's the setup. Okay, what I'm looking for is a few things to happen. First of all, this is the 1 minute chart. All right, this is Thursday the 14th. This is Friday, and I'm gonna show you that this works even on all the way down to 15-second time frames. I'm not cherry picking. I'm showing you the setup. Okay, so this is what you're looking for. Basically, you're looking for for 1 second we can turn these off and draw our trend line. There's a trend line. So we get a trend line break right here. See that? We're getting the trend break, and you get your break and retest and it dumps. All right. So every guru out there on the planet, and you really should just stop paying attention to them because all they're doing is getting you to buy prop firm accounts when you keep failing with their failed fucking strategies. All right. Trend break, retest break. Cool. It works here. But a lot of times, and I'm going to show you later on in here, that this doesn't break down and it pushes up. The confirmation is not the break and retest. Stop doing that. That is not a confirmation. Okay. Now, what we want is the break. We come up, we wick into this end cap, pushes down, right? Now, this isn't an end cap rejection strategy. So this is contradicting that strategy, but this is a scalping strategy. This is not a hold strategy. Okay. So we're scalping right here. All right. And we're using the 1 minute time frame. So we're typically looking for 40, maybe 80 points. Okay. And when we're doing it like this. When we drop down to a smaller time frame, we're looking for 10 to 20 points. The smaller the time frame, the smaller the profit, the smaller the take profit. All right. Now, what do we want to do? Well, we get our trend break right here. Boom, confirmed by trend shift. Trend shift is helping us. We're breaking. Do you see any other breakdowns with trend shift on this trend line going up? No. Trend shift right here is confirming and telling you, yeah, this is a trend break before it happens. It's on this candle, right? It didn't do it on this one here, and this one closed below the trend line, right? See that right there? This one closed below the trend line. We didn't get no trend break. This one confirmed it. Now, what do we want? We want to wait for this low to be created. How do we know it's the low? Well, we get a trend shift break back up. See that? And I'm on the, what am I on here? 5 minutes? I'm on the 5 minute setting on there. Break back up. So now we have a low right here. What do we do with that low? Well, we're going to put a line on it, just like that. Okay. And we're going to look left, right? Now I turn stuff off to help me find this. Makes it a little easier. We're going to look left and we're going to see that this was resistance right here, now turned into support right here, confirmed with this right here. See that? Oh, hold on. Sorry. So we got resistance right here. This flipped through resistance and rejected it and turned into support. And this confirms that support. This swept this low that was created, breaking the resistance, turned into support. So this is confirming that, right? So what do? Well, we've got ourselves a zone, right? We got ourselves a zone. We draw it across. Turn our stuff back on. Now, this breaks down, right? Comes back down and blows through your zone while your candle colors are, I don't know why it's blue. I thought I had it defaulted to purple or whatever, but I like this color right here. I like purple. I don't know why. I like that for my shorts. It's a purple, kind of colors. So when this is purple and it's blowing through the support, that's your entry. Your entry is right here, right? And your stop loss can be one of these unmitigated zones here if you want, or you can use the candle right here that caused, or the zone on the candle that caused it to happen, right? And then what do? Well, you're going to target You can go 80 points, 100 points, or you can target liquidity. Now, how do you target the liquidity? First of all, let me show you something. Okay. Let me show you how to find, because everybody's like, just target the lows. No, don't just target the lows. We're going to look at each section. So imagine that this is a section over here, and this is just a section right here, right? So just little sections. And how do I determine them? Well, I got a lower low and then a higher low in here, right? Okay, so that's how I'm determining my sections. All right. Now, what do I want to do? I want to draw a circle around all of the higher lows in my section. So this is a lower low and this is a higher low. Okay. Right. And this is all my swing points. So now we have a higher low and a lower low. Right. And this is a higher low and this is a higher low. Right. Those are your targets, not the lower lows, because if they're going to, if market makers are going to respect one of these right here, these lower lows, and turn around, they're going to sweep the lower low in front of it, or I'm sorry, the higher low in front of it. They're going to sweep this liquidity right here to push price up if they're respecting this one right here. We don't know if they're going to respect this or not. But if they do respect this, they are definitely going to sweep this. So you don't want to put your TP at this one. You want to put your TP at this one because we want our take profit to get hit, right? Now, if this blows through it, okay, that's why we use multiple take profits, right? So we can go, this right here is TP1, this right here is TP2, this right here is 3, and this one right here is 4, right? So that's what we can do. And if you do multi-contract entries or even use micros instead of minis, instead of going 2 minis, go 20 micros and start trimming as you're coming down, right? At each one of these levels. That's how I get into those short trades. You just saw it. This is the sauce. Okay. That's it. That's what I do. Now, when I get into my micro scalping, where I'm getting into my 15-second chart, and I'm looking for the same thing, I'm just doing it on a 15-second chart. Here you go. Here's one right here. See, we get our trend break. It pushes up right here, right? And this becomes our low because we're confirming by our trend push up. So now we have our low and we look left. So we find resistance right here and then support right after it, right? And then look at price dumps through on the purple and starts falling down. See? Are you seeing this? Now, where does my stop go? Well, either on the candle that caused it to drop, or what did I say? The end cap right above you. See how strong these end caps are? If you go super tight and put your stop right here, you're going to get stopped on this drop. If you put it here, it's going to keep falling, right? And then here's our targets. So this is the low. Well, there's no really any swing lows in here. Somewhere around in here, and then somewhere around in here, and then the extreme low. Let's see. Okay, this one right here you could target because that's lower, right? But it doesn't quite, it makes there later on. But we're trying to scalp. I'm going, typically when I do this, I'm going for 10 points, literally. I'm not kidding, right? So this would be 10 points right here. So this trade would have won and not gotten drawdown if I stick to my 10 point rule, right? When I'm doing it on this lower time frame. See that right there? There's 10 points, right? And with 5 contracts, that's $1,000. So that's how I'm doing it on these smaller time frames. Now we get another confirmed entry under this support right here, right? So this is just a little more advanced. I would definitely take this. We're under the FLB. We're under that support that just got broke. It got retested a few times and dumped under. I would scalp this again off this same setup right here, the same trend break, main trend break. I would scalp that again, right? Now we get our pullback, reset, right? We get a big pullback, reset. We're bearish. This is only a shorting tactic. This is not a longing tactic, right? So we're bearish again. What happens? Well, we get another trend break right here, right? We break below here And then we finally get our push back up here. Well, here's our low. So that's our support. See how easy that is? This becomes our support. And what do? We look left, and right here, price broke up, came back down, created support, and went through. There was resistance and then now support right here. That zone is valid. And what do we wait for? We wait for a break through it. We got our trend shift color purples, and it's dumping. There you go. Here's another one right here. Same tactic. We have our trend breakdown. This confirms the trend break. We push back up. This is now our low. We draw our low. This is our support. We look left and we find resistance right here, right? Turned into support. Look at that. Look at that right there. It breaks down, comes back up, supports it, and pushes just a V bottom, right? So what do? We wait for price to come down and break through it. It never does. So we don't get into the trade. See how that works? We don't short this. It never happens. It never follows through with the strategy, with what we're doing. Here's another one right here. We get our break, comes up. Well, we could have honestly taken, it just didn't break. It did not break the trend shift here, but you could have used this low once you got a push up, or even this one right here. Breaks, pushes up, rejects. You get your support right here, right? And is validated, support, resistance, turned into support, and then it dumps through support right here. So this is a kind of valid entry. I mean, you have to be a little more advanced to use it, but we are stretching it just to get 10 points right there. Now it comes up and hits that again and dumps again. Me would probably short this again. Okay. But that's me. This is, if you're a newer trader, just follow these simple rules right here. And if those scenarios don't play out the way I'm telling you they're playing out over here, just stay out. Right now, if you're a little more advanced and you kind of understand price structure a little more, then by all means go for it. I would have shorted this and possibly went break even on this one, and then saw the rejection, and I would have gotten in again right here on the purple. Okay. Now we're looking for breaks again. We're looking for breaks again. So we get a trend break here. Finally confirms over here. This breaks up. So now we have our low right here, right? And then we're looking for breaks below it. Here, the support is supported. That's a valid zone. We're looking for breaks below. And look, here's a break below, but this wouldn't have confirmed till way down here. You got to think about it. That's a 14-point, 15-second candle. If ATR is that high, you might want to just stay out, right? You might just a little bit of common sense. If you're dumping and that candle is that big, there is going to be some wild retracement on it. Okay. Wild retracement on it. These wicks into the zones here, little more advanced traders could take this scalp right here. That's 10 points. Boom. But you got to think about what's going on here. The candle that caused the trend break was 14 points, and it's a 15-second candle. The ATR is through the roof at that point. You might want to just leave it alone. All right. I hope this helps. Again, I'm just using the FLB 15-minute zone, right? The time-based 15-minute. And I'm using the 5-minute time frame on trend shift. And you can, when you get into the smaller time frames, you can drop this down a little bit, and it'll help you find your bottoms and highs like this. Like here's an example right here. See this one right here, we stayed out because it never dumped back through. But this one kind of does confirm with it, just going into the smaller trend shift time, and you do get a break and a dump through the support right here. So let's see. So this is it right here. We get a push up. So we've got support right here. We draw, then we get a breakdown, and it actually break and retest that support. That's a good entry right there. But yeah, so here, if you're getting into the smaller time frame on the trend shift, it will help you out a little bit. 1 minute might be too much. 2 minutes seems to be, that looks good, because you're breaking your trend here. This pushes up, you get your low, then you get a breakdown. Now you have your support right here, and then this follows through, right? So there you go. I hope this helps you out. And if you have any questions, just talk to us in the Discord. Have a good one.